of the children. It's such an honor to be here. And I promise I'm only going to give you what God gave me, and then I'm going to sit down. All right? God gave me, and I'm going to sit down, and I promise it's going to be enough time for you to stop by Wendy's and get you a 4 for 4. I promise. You're going to get you a 4 for 4 tonight, all right? All right. And so I do have, I wish a demon would. So I remember I was really going through, and I'm walking into my purpose. I have been elevated from being the youth and young adult pastor to being the assistant pastor. I am also the campus pastor of Hosanna Christian Academy. So there I have 500 plus students as well as faculty and staff that I get to oversee for the spiritual walk for their life. And the devil was trying me. Like, he was legit trying me. Everything that he could think to do. You know when the devil really run out of stuff to do, when he get the iron to mess up your clothes and they spit that little brown stuff out. Like, he was really trying me. And you would think that by this time he would have figured out that I'm not really the one to mess with. That when you try me, then you just gonna have to try me again because I'm a step to you. So I know some of y'all like to pop off on other people, but I really enjoy popping off at the devil. Like I was really legit going through, and I looked in the sky. I said, I will not be defeated. I will not be defeated. And he got a little mad, so then he tried to mess with my bank account. I will not be defeated. As a matter of fact, devil, I wish you would. Yeah, so I'm a little hood when it comes to it. So I had told the devil, I wish a demon would. So I stopped getting mad at other people, and I just get mad at, the principalities that I'm fighting. So I have a wish a demon would, but unfortunately, most of the sizes sold out at the last event that I was at. So I do have some smalls and 2Xs. You get your nice shirt or a crop top, either way it goes. Now don't be trying to, y'all want to be, I don't know about that crop top season. She just told y'all about your clothes, but get you some high waist pants and tuck it all in. Amen. And they're $20. If not, DM me and I can get you one. I think I'm ordering some, when I'm out of town next. Next week, all right. Next week I'm ordering some to get ready for the next event, so I do have those. But I want to get back into the Word. I want to get right into the Word on tonight because I know God gave me something that's just going to really, really, really be dope for the moment, okay? So when I got the theme for the event, I quickly began to think and to seek God on what it is that He wanted me to say. I mean, when you're talking about waving your banner, I thought, man, this is going to be so dope. I'm going to talk about Jehovah Nissi, because we winning. And, it's my winning season. We're going to pay Jacqueline car, and we're going to wave. I had it all mapped out in my head. And so we was going to talk about being victorious, and I'm a victorious woman, and you're going to be telling people that and texting it. It was real cute in my mind. And then I looked at it that there were so many angles that I could go from. And even though I was low-key hype, I'm knowing that God is going to do His thing. So usually whatever I think is the opposite of what God does. So then a few months rolled by after Faith and I talked about this event, and I have been paying attention to believers on social media. You ever want to see the state of the world? Pay attention to believers on social media. Y'all low-key, high-key be looking for polar. I just want to let y'all know. I mean, it be Jesus on Sunday cussing people out by Monday. You back with the Lord by Tuesday because it's Bible study on Wednesday. You go to choir rehearsal and you be at the grind. I be so confused. I mean, I ain't really knocking it, but I be like really looking out trying to see if I was really in a place of being a reckless state, would you be the shadow? Okay, y'all gonna follow me. You're gonna follow me. And so I looked at believers on social media, and I was thinking to myself about all the things that I was seeing. You saw a lot of people winning and being on top because they get promotions, but you saw a whole lot of people depressed, and a whole lot of people going off, and a whole lot of people popping off, and a whole lot of people dying. And you see all of this, and I'm like, God, why? Why is it that it seems that for the believer, it's even harder than it usually is? What is it that we are doing? Are we doing it to ourselves? I thought about the man in the Bible, did we cause this ourselves, or is it really you that is doing this in our lives? Why is it? Because I just didn't understand. Because I knew because of Job 14:1 that anyone born of a woman is of a few days and full of trouble. Raise your hand, you're born of a woman. If you don't know, just raise your hand, because no matter what science does, your mama is how you got here. Amen. And even though I know that, and I know in Romans 4:18 that they said that you have to hope against hope. That means that there's going to be a time where I am in a hopeless state, and I still have to hope anyway. But I'm still thinking like, God, okay, but what is it really? So God takes me to Joshua chapter 6 and 7. And I go to that, and from reading about Jericho, and then I started studying Achan, and I say, oh, here is where we are. Joshua chapter 7 verses 10 and 12, the Message translation says, I can't continue with you if you don't rid yourself of the cursed things.
Jesus.
I can't continue with you if you don't rid yourself of the cursed things. Then I heard God loud and clear, and he said, and my topic for tonight, your connections can cost you your victory.
Wow. Wow. Come on now.
Your connections can cost you your victory. It is one thing to stand in church and we shout because we are victorious. And we hear a lot of feel-good sermons and it makes us want to get up and fight a bear. But there are some things that we have to realize in our reality, that there are some things that you can step into and some people that you can grab hands with and some places that you can go that can cost you the very victory that God promised you. So we got to backtrack so I can show it to you in the Word of God. Joshua chapter 7, and we're going to read it in its entirety, but I'm going to pick out some key points that we're going to do. But it will seem harsh because this is one of the first moments that many people get to see the very wrath of God. Because in Genesis, when he told Adam and Eve that if they eat this, they will surely die, they just got kicked out. And then we got cursed and all this other kind of stuff that me and Eve going to talk about when I get to heaven. And so there are some things that we talk about, but it seems God always had this grace. And even though he flooded the earth, he still put two of every kind and gave us another opportunity. Even though there was Cain and Abel, you killed your brother, but guess what? You're just going to have to live with that memory for the rest of your life. So we see the grace of God, but for some of us, we think that because of the grace of God that we don't ever experience the wrath of God. We think that because we can ride off the coattail of the grace that our grandparents had, that I can just keep sinning and keep sinning and keep sinning, and God's grace is going to cover me. But at some point, you're going to get to the end of your road. And what do you do when it seems like that the grace that you had, it finally catches up with you and you get to experience some consequences that you don't think you should be able to get because you paid your tithes, or because you sing on a praise team, or because you dance real good. So when you read the story in the Bible, you get to look, this seems like a harsh consequence, but it was exactly what God told him would happen if he did not follow the directions that were given to him. And in his case, what he thought was going to happen and what he was informed was going to happen, it actually happened. So when you look at verse 1 of Joshua chapter 7, it says, the Israelites, however, were unfaithful regarding the things set apart for destruction. Achan, the son of Camry, the son of Zebedee, the son of Zerah, and the tribe of Judah, took some of what was set apart, and the Lord's anger turned against the Israelites. There are some devoted things, the sacred things. The Hebrew term refers to devotion as the irrevocable giving over of things or persons to the Lord, often by totally destroying them. What are some things that God has anointed or has told you that was devoted? There are three things that he talks about in scripture constantly. That your mind, you have a renewed mind, so there is a mind that should be devoted in Christ. He said that life or death is in the power of your tongue, so that there is a mouth that should be devoted in Christ. And he also talks about that your ways shouldn't be like the world's ways, and you should be set apart. So there is some mannerism that should be devoted. There are some things that should be devoted to God. Your mind should be differently than an unbeliever because you are with Christ. There should never be a moment in your spiritual state where you feel hopeless, because the Bible says, for the living there is hope. So whether or not you laid up with a man because it went down to 70, just keep waiting till about 4 o'clock. It's going to be back at 90 and you're going to be good. So we're not hopeless because of the things that are not happening for us. We know that we are living and hope is available to us. We just got to hold on. And then our mouths are devoted to God. How we speak does matter.
Yes, it does.
How we speak matters. Your words create your world. Your mouth gets to be the construction site or the destruction site to your life. So you can be talking yourself right into a destruction zone. And you know, in a destruction zone, it's hazardous. Because once you start knocking down some things, then your breathing becomes differently. So because there are some things behind the things that you knock down that could cause harm to you. So you never know what you say when you say it until you think about what you're saying. As believers, we are responsible to think about what we're speaking about. As believers, we do not have the right, and we should not have the mind that says, I can speak freely. No, you can speak faithfully. There's a difference. Any man can speak free, but not every man can speak faith. Faith is designed for the believer. And then when you get your mind together and your mouth together, then your actions should follow. I can always see who has really been in church and who has been with God. See, when you're in church, you know the mannerisms of church. You know to put your hands up on the slow song, put them down on the... You know how to shout a 1, 2 if we broke out right now, but that's not the mannerisms of God. See, the mannerisms of God is how I can see how you forgive people. Because he said forgive so that you can be forgiven. That's a mannerism for God, because it's not about how you stand on your platform. It's about the posture that you stand in. And so when you get to Romans chapter 6, verse 2 and 4, he said that we died to our old sinful lives. But did we? The devoted things. Did we really designate our mind, our mouth, our mannerisms, the devoted thing, to death? Did they really die? And they should have died, so how can we continue living with sin? Did you forget that all of us became a part of Christ when we were baptized? We shared his death in our baptism. So when we were baptized, we were buried with Christ and shared his death. We were buried with him so that we can live a new life. So you got to remember, the first thing is don't break your faith. The thing that the Israelites, that he said that they did, they were unfaithful. They had broken faith. Broken faith is that they broke the covenant, the agreement that they made with God by walking outside of what God wanted them to walk into. He gives us instructions on how we should live our life. You know you've been hearing God say, get from amongst them. But you're scared to be by yourself. And then you're seeing that the more I am mixed into a toxic situation now, I have now become a toxic person. Because everything that I'm connected to is toxic. And then it's like poison. Why you have to get to a point where I got to kill the thing that's killing me? And if that means a relationship with you, I got to go after what God desires for me to be. And if the person really get mad with you because of the thing that you're doing for God, they weren't really for you in the first place. If they get mad at you because now you want to live a set-apart life and you're saying, for this moment in my life, I need to consecrate myself before God so I can only listen to certain things, and they start saying, well, you think you all that and you think you're a church girl, and then you get wayward. Once they start talking real reckless, then you understand that's a reckless relationship, and a reckless relationship has no growth. And if I'm not growing, then why I'm with you? Because I can eat by myself.
Yeah, that's good.
Unless you're scared to do that too.
Yeah.
So then you have to go back and understand, why is it that I am connected to them? Are they actually helping me to instill the covenant, or are they the ones that's helping me break it? Are they helping me grow in my faith, or are they helping me break my faith? Your faith, your personal relationship with God. Because I know in the new church, we don't like to put people to tell us certain things. I dress how I want to dress, however I feel like dressing. I even had a pajama party just because I wanted to wear pajamas and be cute right in church. But we get beyond the material things of what I dress like, and can we do this, and can we do that, and can we do this, and can we do that? What about your personal relationship and your personal conviction with God? Are the things that you're doing, the devoted things, are they helping you to break your faith? The covenant, the promise that you made with God. Because at the end of the day, when you stand before God, it's not you and your pastor, it's not you and your homegirl, it's not you and bae, it's just you and God all by yourself. And so then you have to determine, did I keep my faith or did I break my faith? So when you go down to verse 4, you see that by this time Joshua sends the spies out. He telling them to spy out the land. They spy out the land and they say, hey, bro, it's only a few of them over there. We can take this real quick, just bring about 3,000 and we good, right? So they go over there and they figure out we only need a few people. So about 3,000 men went up there, but they fled from the men of Ai. The men of Ai struck down about 36 of them and chased them from outside of the gate to the quarriers, striking them down on their descent. The second point I have is, it don't take too long to realize you're all alone. It did not take them a long time. Now, they went with 3,000, and after 36 died, they retreated and was like, something is wrong. It don't take you that long to realize you're all by yourself and God is no longer with you. Like, we got to start being real in church. It don't take you that long to realize that how many drinks it takes for you to have too many. Y'all got to stop tripping talking about when I mix the brown and the white. No. They told you in the song you were swerving, but you thought they were lying? Don't be in like y'all don't know Boosie. Like, don't be trying to play me. Y'all gonna play me like y'all know? Okay, all right. Y'all have probably seen it, huh? Joe McKinley Blue on, right? Exactly. But then we get to this place in our minds where we are so comfortable with making excuses that we forget that it's a lie. Like, you ever met somebody that they so good at telling lies that they forget they're lying? I know somebody that told me they was out of town talking about, yeah, man, and after we left Texas, after we over there, we went to California. Wait, back up. I'm not that good at social studies, but I know Texas and California is in two different directions. But the story was so good, and I was eating up like, oh, for real? Then I sat down in the corner, and I was like, bro, you did not stop in California when you left Texas. But he was so good, and he was so comfortable in the mess of the story that he had made that he just flowed through that thing. We get so comfortable in the sin that we act like we ain't sinning. And then we make excuses. Well, I'm going to marry him anyway. Oh, somebody must have told that one. Don't tell your business, repent. But we do. Why? Because it really didn't take you that long to realize it was wrong. And that I had done something, not that God would ever leave you, but I had done something that separated me from him. Your sin causes a separation. And when you do things that are harmful, God is not saying, I want you to have fun. He says, I want you to be able to be in direct contact with me. And when you are in that place, I can hear you, but you can't even get what I can get to you because we disconnected. I had a kid, I took him on a trip to Texas. He brought a cell phone with him. We all knew the cell phone didn't work. He had no business. We knew it. But he still sung with that cell phone. We get to IHOP. He sees some girls, he put his phone out. He having a whole conversation. A whole conversation with nobody. Sitting at the table, yeah, what you saying? So he can show off. We laughing, but that's us. We disconnected from God. And we made the mess ourselves. And we don't even have a connection to the help we need. The help that is available to us. Catch this. The help that wants to help you. I am not asking you to put the devoted things aside for my help. God don't want your boo. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to do with that besides get something to you? So I'm not trying to take things from you. I'm trying to make sure that you always have a constant line of communication to me. Because you know without me, you're a mess. They quickly realize, because it doesn't take that long to realize we're a mess. Stop acting like it take you 5 minutes to realize you're a mess. You knew you were a mess when the last one left you because he was tired of fighting with you from the stuff he ain't even do. And yet you still went and got FOMO. Thinking that if I just change the dude, then I can change who I am. No, you was a mess. And you know you a mess. Broken people get together and make broken relationships. And a wedding ring doesn't make it whole. It just makes it another broken mess. Marriage is not going to fix it. Marriage enhances it. It puts the light on stuff you didn't really see. And now you're stuck with somebody that can't leave. Because that's the thing I think about, right? Because if I'm mad at you, Tasha, you can help me out of this. So I thought about this. If I'm mad, you know what I'm saying? You mad, now you got your little boo, you mad, you can just leave. Be like, you can get your keys and go, all right, lock the door, you know. But if you married, like, what you do? Like, he right here. Like my brother has been married a year, and he was like, man, I ain't never going on the couch. This is my bed. She better scoot over. Then he made sure he got a bed small enough, so you ain't got no choice. Then I was like, man, if my husband did something like that, like, what you do, right? So what I always try to encourage people to do is, in your single state, you got to think of marriage like traveling. Okay? You got to think of relationships like traveling. Because y'all like to think relationships and only think men, but let's be honest. Think of it like traveling. The more stuff that's in your bag, the heavier it is to travel. It costs you more to have a bag that weighs over the limit. So what you want to do in your single state is make sure that in your marriage state you pack as light as you can. You got to pack light so you can fly high. Because what's going to happen is, and I get to minister to a lot of married people, they're not even dealing with the mess of their marriage, they're dealing with the mess of their personal stuff that they didn't fix. So while you're waiting on God, you know, send me a man, you say, God, fix my mess. And he's showing you the mess, and it doesn't take you long to see you made a mess, and you got to do like the Israelites and get your 36 people before 3,000 die. Hey, God, what we did over here? And you got to ask yourself, before you get to another broken place, hey, God, what am I doing, or what haven't I done, or what can I do to be better? Every day you should be striving to be a better you. Because you can be waving a banner that you think is in victory and it's in defeat.
That's good.
Because in boxing, if they throw in a towel, they just gave up the fight. Are you waving your banner or are you throwing it in?
Yeah.
And so that's determined by you, and it don't take that long. And don't check God, check yourself. A lot of us get into a place and we want to check God. And when he showed Joshua was cutting all his clothes up and dirt all over his head. And God, why would you send us over here? And you knew we crossed the Jordan. And you knew it was going to be a fight. I could have left them. You going to let them beat us? He was like, hey. Get up. No, like he really said that about, like, it's really in verse 10. He said, stand up. Why are you on the ground? Why you laying here? I ain't do nothing. It's not me why you in this mess. Don't be checking me, check you. You got some people in your camp that did the thing that I told you not to do, so you over here checking me. Get up and check your crew.
Yeah.
When the last time you checked your crew?
Yeah.
Not only if she liked your man page and if she saw your baby daddy over there with, when the last time you checked your crew about your faith? When the last time you checked your friends and see, hey, when the last time you read your Bible? Like, when the last time you had a real praying session with God? Like, when the last time you snotted and messed up your hair and prayed out before the Lord? If you still talk about that time when we was in high school and the Lord helped us both get home, if you've been saved for over a year, you still shouldn't be basking in the presence of what the last time you was with God. You know how many Sundays in a year? And you still basking in the presence of what happened with God in 2010? Wait, what happened on other Sundays? And it can't be on the pastor, and it can't be on the church. Check you. Check you. I have a worship experience no matter where I go. She can tell you. My best friend slash travel assistant, she can tell you. It can be 2 people and I'm going to preach like it's 5 million. Because I know that there is something that God gives to us and to other people. And so I can't go around checking God. So what you got to do, trust your steps. You got to think of his instructions. Run your moves through your head. Access your motives. Confront your faults and eliminate your excuses. Trace. Think of his instructions. What did he tell you to do? Run your moves through your head. Did I do everything God asked? Because partial obedience is still disobedience. Access your motives. Do I want this because my posture and I want to be pleasing to God? Or do I just want a whole lot of people to see me and like my post? Confront your faults. Don't be thinking that it's just going to fall off because I've been in the presence of God. Your spiritual part of your life is not going to negate the fact that you have a work that has to be done in your life. You think that praise and worship just going to fix it all and you get to go home and still be shacked up. Queen sell shack.
That's real.
They have their own counsel.
Yeah. Come on.
And then you got to eliminate your excuses. Get rid of every justifiable excuse to remain the same. Every excuse that you have that is a legitimate excuse, get rid of it. It profits you nothing. It's just a crutch for you to hop around through life not walking. You can walk. Whether it take you a long time or not, walking can be done by you. You just got to work the process. Then you got to check your attitude, check your attention, and check your actions. What Achan did was, not only did he lie, but he stole it. He stole it and then he hid it. You got some stuff that you hiding that you think because the pastor ain't spoken out yet that is not seen in your tent, in your car, in your house, in your apartment, in your Safari tab, because you cleared it. And it's hidden. You incognito on the laptop.
Yeah.
But hiding it from us keeps you hiding it from you.
Yeah.
And as long as it's hidden from you, it's never fixed, only buried. When the last time you cleaned your tent? The tent of your mind, the tent of your thoughts, the tent of your ways, the tent of your relationships. When is the last time you cleaned your tent? Because I can almost guarantee you that there are some hidden things that you haven't dealt with, and it's causing harm and wreaking havoc in your life.
Yeah.
No, we ain't talking about your daddy generation of curses. You got your own now. And you're passing them down to your children and to your cousins. And now you used to blame daddy all the time, but at some point, your children looking back and they blaming you.
Yeah.
Because you have the opportunity to clean your tent. You have the obligation to clean your tent. You may not have built the tent of abandonment, but it's your job to knock it down and reconstruct another one. You may not be the person that caused it, but you are on the cleanup committee. Stop waiting for other people to clean your tent. I know in the scripture he sent two people to go get the stuff because he didn't trust them to come back and be honest because he had already shown that he was a liar. But you got to go back and walk out your own mess and get that stuff out of your tent because you got it buried so far down for so long, only you know where it's at. So go get it. And when you get it, bring it before me.
Yeah.
And when you bring it before me, we're going to stone it, we're going to bury it, and we're going to kill it. Kill it. You have the responsibility to kill the thing that's killing you. Stop waiting on other people to do it. If they haven't helped you to kill it in 20 years, what you keep calling them for? Daddy ain't ready to confront that, so you confront it with how it's messing up your life, the rejection that he did. If he ain't ready, it doesn't mean that you have the right to wait. You do have the obligation to clean up what you can. You're responsible for that. And so what God taught us how to do with my clothes is he taught us how to disconnect to reconnect. So what he did is he went tribe by tribe. He said, go ahead, consecrate the people. He said, bring them in, tribe by tribe. After tribe by tribe, bring them clan by clan. After clan by clan, bring them family by family. After family by family, bring them man to man. So what did God do? God showed us where we start. Most people try and they cut off at the flower. But God knew that in order to get to the bottom of the problem, you got to check the root first.
Yeah.
See, when you think about the tribe, that was the root of the family. Then when you went from the root, the clan was the stem of the family, the backbone. From the clan, you get the leaves, your cousin them. And then after the leaves, you get the flower, that's you. God said, you got to get to the root of the problem in order to kill it. So start at the tribe, search through the tribe after you walk through the tribe and find the root. If you can find the root, you can kill it. If you start at the flower with how you look, it's just going to bud another flower. You still give it an opportunity to grow unless you kill it at the root. The root of Achan's problem wasn't that he took the robe. The root of the problem was that he didn't obey God. So I can go back and start. When was the first person that did disobey God? Are y'all good? Okay. So it's not in the tribe. But if you don't kill it from the root, it's just going to wait till another season to grow. See, if you got some stuff to kill in your single state. And if you don't kill it at the root, ooh, it's going to grow like greens in your marriage. You know, greens grow in bunches. Y'all walk around here on your mustard seed faith. You weren't supposed to stay no mustard seed. You were supposed to plant that thing and water it. You're supposed to have a whole bunch of faith at the end of your life. But some of us complacent with their mustard seed. He know I'm crazy. That ain't cute. That ain't cute. That's just how I am. Well, I ain't got to put up with that. Because just how you are is just wrong. Period, boo. I have no clue what that means, but when I said it in chapel, my middle schoolers went crazy. Right? So the problem wasn't aching the man. The issue was the root of disobedience. See, God warned them that they had to follow instructions. He told them in the beginning, if you go out without me, you will see, and when you see it with your natural eyes, you're going to covet. And when you covet it, we're going to be disconnected. So you got to pay attention to what you hear, what you see, because it's going to motivate and be determined by what you do. Hear, see, do. Hear instructions. The instructions are going to prevent you from destruction, and the destruction is trying to help you with construction. The instructions is preventing you from destruction, and the destruction is helping you with construction. If you hear wrong, you see wrong, and when you see wrong, you do wrong. You ever met somebody that always think people talking to them crazy, and it be like, I ain't say nothing? Because the hearing jacked up. Because you hear from where you are. So if you're in a broken state, you hear with broken ears. And so you think constructive criticism is people trying to play you, and ain't nobody about to play me. That's good. Ain't nobody trying to play you, I'm trying to help you. But because you hear with broken ears, now you're seeing with broken eyes, and you side-nodding your pastor because he's trying to help you out.
Come on. That's real.
And because you're looking at him with a side eye, now you can't do what God has instructed you to do. Because you're hearing wrong. And when you're hearing what's wrong, you're seeing it's wrong. And when you see wrong, you're going to do wrong. So you have to understand that you can't hide. Time out for hiding the cursed thing. It may seem that you are getting away with it now. Because see, he stole that in Jericho. But because they won, he thought he was good and he got away with it. But whether you deal with it now or deal with it later, you're going to have to deal. At some point. If you want to be everything and have everything that God promised you, you're going to have to deal with that cursed stuff. And the way God showed us that we deal with it is we got to kill it. You got to kill that disobedience. And if you disobeying your pastor, I know you ain't listening to God. I don't care how many Bible plans you finish on that app so everybody can get the notification. You ain't reading it. You just trying to finish. Because you got complacent with looking saved. Dressed up with the curse thing. Dressed down with the curse thing. J's on, but you got the curse thing with you. Swagged out with the curse thing. Leading worship with the curse thing. Preaching with the curse thing. I remember reading in the story, and it talked about the man in the Bible who had done so many great works for God. And when they got to have the conversation, he said, but I don't know you. I mean, you did a whole lot of good stuff in my name, but I don't know you. Because when I was trying to get to you, the hedge of protection I wanted to put was already locked up with sin. I couldn't get in there because the curse thing had you covered. The curse thing. I know it's painful. It's never okay, and it's never a good story to be molested or be abandoned by a father or be abused by a mother. But it done got in your heart. And it's stony. It's been flowing in your bloodstream like poison, and it's killing you. Because when you finish singing, you go home to the tent. And that cursed thing that you hid behind your makeup was there when you washed it off. But in order for you to be free, you're going to have to unbear the cursed thing and consecrate yourself. And you have to declare your freedom from the cursed thing. A declaration is something different than a conversation. It got a little power behind it. I'm declaring that I am free from the cursed thing. I uproot it, I unknow it, and I uphold my righteous things. I am free from the cursed thing. I uproot it. Created me a clean heart, oh God. I unknow it. I repent. I turn away. And I uphold my righteous stance. I belong to God. And I wave my banner in victory, throwing in the towel of sin, and picking up the banner of freedom. You can't wave both. You either free or you bound. You either locked up or you walking free. You got to pick a struggle. Saints, it's time for you to pick a struggle. What's a believer if you're not going to believe? What's the point? If you're not going to live a life that makes sure you get to see them pearly gates. What's the point of all this? Of looking free and going home cursed. Going home bound just to look free for what? Likes? Conversation? Platforms? Do you know what it costs me to stand right here?
Yes. Talk about it.
You don't want this. Not if you ain't gonna get free.
Come on.
Because there's some people connected to you. And your connection to the curse thing can make or break whether you walk in victory or you die in your sin. That's what we learn from Achan. But in order for them to be victorious, they had to kill not just him, but everything connected to him. The people who ain't even do nothing yet had to die because of him. Everything you do affects other people. Even people you don't even know yet. People you haven't even produced yet is affected by the things you don't kill. So you got to make a decision today that I got to kill the thing that's killing me. Because I want to wave my banner in freedom and surrender, not in defeat. So there are some people in this room, which I know that they are, because God showed it to me before I got here. Some people that says, you know what, Pastor D, I just got to be honest, not for show, but just because I'm tired of living with the curse. It's heavy to live with the curse thing. It's heavy to walk around with depression on you and have a smile at the same time.